Thank you so much for inviting me to be on.
Well, it is our pleasure. For those of us who may not be particularly familiar with Helping Hearts Equine Rescue, tell us a little bit about the organization you started. Was it about 8 years ago?
Yeah, it was 2008. We started the rescue. We received our New Jersey
authorization
in January of 2008.
Okay.
Basically, an equine rescue is a horse rescue.
All right.
And what we focus on, we're an all-breed rescue for horses, donkeys, mules. So we don't focus on any one particular breed. It is miniature horses, draft horses. We have a Clydesdale. Any type of horse that is in need, that is in want, whether it's it's starving, neglect, we'll take them in, rehabilitate them, and find them new homes.
All right, now, let me ask you, first of all, that's why it's called Helping Hearts Equine Rescue. It's not horse rescue, correct?
Exactly.
Okay. Let me ask you, is that a problem in New Jersey, older horses, or aren't they all older horses?
They're not always older horses. I mean, the horses that we have here right now are a lot of older horses, but I have a pregnant mare who's due to fall out in the summer. We've had babies come in, all ages and ranges. What the issue is that a lot of people, we are the Garden State. The horse is our state animal. We have a high horse population in a fairly densely populated state. The problem is that when people hit hard times, they can no longer afford to care for their horses, or they need to rehome them. Horses are expensive to maintain. Mm-hmm. Shelters do not take horses. And if somebody can't keep their horse, there's no shelter to go bring their dog, or like you bring their dog and cat.
Sure.
There's no place for the horses to go. So often people will, they don't understand. They'll take them to horse auctions if they can't keep them and they're on a deadline, or they just try and keep them and maintain them and they can't, and the horses degrade and they can suffer from starvation and illness. So our goal is to grassroots help people who can no longer take care of their horses, and if they're really stuck, we'll take them in and rehabilitate them. A lot of times horses will go to auction, and what people don't realize is that a lot of horses that go to auction wind up going to slaughter outside of the United States, which is a big problem.
I saw on your website that, in fact, what is it, illegal to put a horse down in New Jersey?
No, it's not illegal to put a horse down. It is illegal to knowingly sell a horse for slaughter in New Jersey.
Okay, all right, okay.
But that doesn't mean that horses ship out of New Jersey and into the hands of what we call kill buyers.
So that's how they get around it, I guess?
Yes, exactly.
Wow, that is amazing. And is that a big problem?
The problem is that people, when they're stuck, if they have financial problems and their hands are tied and they can't unload their horse, basically, get rid of is a very common term, and they turn to an auction, they don't have any choice and they don't have a say-so in who buys their horse.
Is there a market, or how active is the market for lack of a better term, used horses?
Frankly, the more use a horse has, the more, as long as it's proper use, the more valuable they can be to the next owner, because what you want is an animal with mileage.
Okay.
The more mileage a horse has, if you want a trail horse, you want to get a horse who's been trail riding. And if a horse has been doing trail riding for 10, 12 years, and he's a nice, quiet, 15, 16-year-old horse, he's invaluable for somebody that wants to just get into riding or wants to be a casual weekend rider. Being a used horse doesn't have the connotation that a used car might have.
It does not, you say?
No.
Okay. Yeah, I know. You're getting someone else's problems if you're buying a used car, probably. But if in fact you're getting what in fact is a second generation horse or whatever the case may be, that may be a better deal for you, right?
Exactly. When people go to a rescue to adopt a horse, what the rescues do is, and what we do is, we totally check the horse out. We find out what their personality is, what their type is, what type of rider they are best suited for, because one size does not fit all. Buying a horse or adopting a horse is not like going out and picking out a cute puppy or kitten.
Sure.
You're going to be sitting on this animal, and if you're a beginner rider, you want a nice, quiet guy that'll plop around. If you're a more advanced rider, you may want a horse with a little bit of zip to him that'll be happy to gallop around, jump fences. So it's a matter of matching the right horse to the right rider.
A little zip to him, you say, huh?
Exactly. It's like there's a big difference between a Yugo and a Maserati.
We're talking to Lisa Post. She's the founder, co-founder, and president of a group called Helping Hearts Equine Rescue. I don't know if this is an unfair question to ask, but I'll ask it anyway. Is there a general life expectancy to horses, or does that depend a lot on the breed of the horse?
Some breeds are known for their longevity, but generally, with advances in veterinary medicine, I know a lot of horses, and I have a couple of horses here that are still working well into their 20s. With proper care and nutrition, you can have horses living into their 30s, which may or may not be an issue, because when they get into their 30s or their late 20s, they are, obviously they slow down, semi-retirement or retirement, and a lot of people in New Jersey don't have horse farms. We're a very densely populated state.
Sure.
So if somebody wants to continue riding, what do they do with Old Duke? You know, they can't afford to board 2 horses out, and that's where you run into sticky situations.
Or Mr. Ed.
Exactly.
And probably your Mr. Ed doesn't talk, which is obviously an issue. Listen, I know you have a fundraiser planned for next weekend, correct?
Yes. The Donaldson Farms has graciously put together a tax sale at their farm that is going to benefit our rescue. And I understand she's been doing a lot of planning, Katie Donaldson, and there's going to be a ton of people offering horse items. Tack, for your listeners who don't know what tack is, in horse language, tack is what we consider the equipment that we use on the horses: saddles, bridles, anything, any of the equipment they use on the horse, with the horse, for the horse. Horses wear blankets, halters.
Sure.
So when we talk about tack sales, we're not selling tacks. We're selling the equipment that people purchase and use for their horses. And just like we buy used horses often, and just like people go to yard sales, you can pick up nice items at these sales for your horses at a portion, a fraction of the cost to buy new.
Well, Lisa's here to drum up some excitement for the upcoming event, which is going to be happening next Saturday at Donaldson Farm on Allen Road here in Hackettstown. And again, are you still looking for folks to exhibit at the fair?
Yes, they are. I think we still have a few tables open up, and it's not closed to just people with horse equipment. I mean, there is going to be face painting, there's laser tag. I believe 11th Hour Dog Rescue is going to be there with some of their adoptables. So Donaldson Farms does still have some outside space. I understand that all of the space under the tent is taken, but there's still outside space available for any vendors that might be interested. And there's a lot to do, even if you're not into horses.
And again, the 10 by 10 lawn area space will run you $20. Registration is required, and you can get more information, obviously, by visiting the Donaldson Farms website at donaldsonfarms.net. There are details there on this upcoming tax sale and a vendor application. And if you have any questions, I'll give you the number to call. But Lisa, thank you very much for sharing some of your knowledge with us, and good luck to you next Saturday.
Thank you.
Have a great week.
You too. Thanks so much.
Joining us this afternoon, again, talking about the upcoming tack sale next weekend at Donaldson Farm. Again, Lisa Post. She's the one who started an effort, along with her husband, of an effort called the Helping Hearts Equine Rescue, and they'll be at Donaldson's next weekend. We hope you will be as well. Stop by and see them. Coming up on 10 before 5 now.